I feel like we're in really good company because the Dalai Lama says love is his religion, so we're right there with him. So, if things are a little bit rocky in our lives, and I heard a couple noises earlier, we can change that. We absolutely can change that, and we do that through our words, through our thoughts, and through our intentions. Those three words have the power and the potential to change your life because they affect your life every day and every moment. All 46,800 of those moments, right? 86,400 of those moments. The words that we use to describe our experiences help us to form opinions about those experiences. They help us give meaning and bring them into our conscious reality. And what I mean by that is this. When we yawn, for instance, we tell ourselves we're tired, right? Well, then we immediately begin to behave in a tired way most of the time. So by naming an experience and bringing it into our conscious reality, we have compounded that corresponding feeling. It's the same thing that what has been coined road rage. That never existed until one day somebody said, I'm going to call this road rage, and we all bought into it. All of a sudden, road rage was everywhere. It's a common term today, isn't it? When we give something power by naming it and by defining it, then we bring it firmly into our reality. Now, we're all completely aware that words can heal or words can destroy. Jealousy hurts others. Gossip and lies hurt people. Saying hurtful things hurts everybody that's involved. We can heal by sending kindness, by blessing other people, by not judging, by being open to everybody, and being accepting, and by taking responsibility for our own actions. We each have the power to choose how our life plays out, how we manage our life events, whether it's to heal, whether it's the struggles of everyday life, or whether we're dealing with a personal crisis. We have the power within us to heal that. Sometimes we forget just how influential our thoughts and our words and our intentions are to the energy that we are attracting into our lives. So it's important for us to remember that you, and only you, have the power to change your life. We have each been blessed with the ability to choose our words, to choose our thoughts, and therefore to choose how our life manifests through our intentions. Now, it isn't always easy for us to keep our focus on what we want to achieve. After all, those obstacles are in the way, right? Those big, seemingly unsurmountable problems, and those are what keeps us from moving toward what we really want. Not true, obviously, but those things hold us back simply out of fear. And to shift our thinking when we're in that place of fear, what we need to do is align ourselves with Source, with the source of all. Align ourselves with what we want to think, what we want to feel, and what we want to be. Align ourselves with the beauty and the wholeness of that from which we came, from which we originated. Once we let go of negative expectations and the idea that, but that's the way it is, it's always been that way, and we have that attitude, we can then come from a higher place, a higher place to choose what we want. Choose peace and faith over fear and doubt. We can choose gratitude and forgiveness over greed and bitterness. We can choose love and expectation over anger and grief. We can do all those things. We have the power within us. Choose to let go of negativity because it only attracts more of the same. Have you noticed that? Declare your intention to be aligned with all that is good, all that is loving, all that is positive. That's the energy that you want to continue to attract into your life. Those are the people you want to continue to attract in your life. Leo Tolstoy wrote this: how we relate to others, the amount of love we carry inside and express in the world, and inner peace, and much more, are about being. There is no accomplishing goals in this area and no checking off of accomplishment. There is simply the practice of living with intention. Now, we don't get a lot of time here on this planet, so let's use our time wisely. Only 86,000 and change, right? Every day. And from this place of awareness, of being open and being present, that's where it is most beneficial to set our intentions. Now, intention is really the determination that we want to act in a certain way, or that we want to manifest certain things in our life. And that is preceded and dependent upon our words and our thoughts. They all tie together. And having clarity in that process of setting our intentions is imperative. Let's say you have a great idea for a new business, and you're really excited and you're really enthusiastic about it. And then slowly your thoughts turn. Maybe this won't work. Maybe it was a silly idea. What was I thinking? This isn't possible. I can't do this. And on and on and on. Now, this is where the universe gets confused. Make up your mind, right? When we vacillate, what's a universe to do? It's no more sure what you want than you are at that point. I want this, but I can't, right? From clear intention, actions flow. And the very act of intention is like being a co-conspirator in your spiritual evolution, as opposed to being dragged through life kicking and screaming. Who wants to do that? Who wants to fight life? Who wants to resist? We're called to just be open and trust. And that transformation can take place through the process of setting our intentions. And it rests in part upon your commitment to listening to that something that calls you to stay with the process, that calls you to keep chipping away to reveal that beautiful form called you. Intention is a choice that you make about where to place your awareness. Developing intention is taking that bold step of moving beyond a day-to-day focus of just getting by in life to developing a focus on what you want your life to be. There's a big difference there. It's about setting a direction in life. And through practices, awareness, acceptance, and action, you will be able to bring your intention into expression. Intention is developing practices and habits of thought that are more about a way of being than a goal or a mission or an accomplishment, as Tolstoy stated. In other words, it's about the journey. It's about those moments. So how do we communicate our desires and our intentions to the universe? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I have the answer to that. Our thoughts are how we communicate our intentions to the universe. That's our way of declaring what it is we want. Not necessarily how we want it, simply that it is our desire. The manifestation, the outcome of our intention is our experience of reality, our personal reality. There is a direct relationship, absolutely, between what we think and our life that as we experience it. And so what I'm really talking about here is the law of attraction. In terms of law of attraction, whatever you notice, whatever you're thinking, how much you either like or dislike something, you're attracting it. And as you increase your attention on something, it will bring that something into your experience, whether you like it or not. I think we've probably all had that happen. They say, dwell on that which you want to dwell in. We all know them, right? They, and not the men in black. Our intentions are personalized by our values and by our beliefs, which are learned. So they're defined in a very personal way. Each one of us a little bit different. And since the values and the beliefs that we hold are learned, guess what that means? They can be unlearned and they can be relearned. We learn from observing others around us, especially those that we have a close connection with, those that we love or those that we admire. And we began that observation from a very young age when we were forming our unique way of perceiving the world. Each of us created our own conclusions from those different observations. And we began to create a package that actually defines what we are passionate about. And our passions shape our life work and our life purpose, and shaping our thoughts and our behaviors. So it's all pretty much wrapped into one. So whether you're aware of it or not, you are in effect redefining your values and your beliefs through the thoughts that you choose from one moment to the next. Our values and our beliefs only seem to remain the same when we're in that cycle of continuing to make the same choices. Make sense? This is what we're told in Ask and It Is Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks. You are a perfect yet expanding being in a perfect yet expanding world, in a perfect yet expanding universe. Wow, it's pretty powerful. Why is that true? Because you are an extension of that source energy. The physical world that you live in provides a perfect environment for you to create. And the variety that exists in this world helps you focus on for your own personal desires or preferences. And when a desire is focused within you, the summoning of that creative life force immediately begins to flow toward your desire, and the universe expands. Every desire, every preference, no matter how large or how small it may seem to you, is understood and answered by God, Source, all that is, Spirit. As every desire from every perceiver is answered, the universe expands even more. That's some powerful stuff. All that to say, you have the power to change your world. Your thoughts can change and do change in an instant. And because of that, your whole outlook can change just as quickly. Case in point, you're having a bad day. You feel down, and then suddenly something really fabulous and wonderful and exciting happens. And in a moment, you changed from feeling down to feeling elated. You've had that experience. I know you have. The only thing that changed with that experience was your thinking. Yet it was enough to completely transform your day. You have the power to change your world because you have the power to change your thoughts. And even though sometimes, yes, it is difficult, as soon as you do make that change, you realize how quick, how easy, and how effective it can be. The most important thing about any situation is how you decide to think about it. Your thoughts can turn any situation into an opportunity and any experience into fulfillment. When you're ready to set an intention, here's what you clear out of your vocabulary and your consciousness. Hopefully. Out. Maybe. Gone. Can't. That doesn't even need to be in your vocabulary anywhere. Your authentic power comes when you are first at peace with the truth of who you are, first and foremost. And don't ask the universe for what you want. Declare it. It's similar to prayer. You're not praying for what you want. You're praying what you want, what you need, what you desire. Simply say, here it is. Make it so. Every prayer is answered. May not always look like we want it to look. Every prayer is indeed answered. It's like planting a seed. You don't say to the ground, okay, here's the seed, please, 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 make it grow. No, we don't do that. You plant the seed and it grows as a natural consequence of you planting it and tending to it. Right? It's the same with your intentions, your desires. You plant the seed. We don't need to beg for it to happen, for it to work, for it to manifest, because we know every prayer is answered. Bring a strong, pure intention toward authenticity, growth, and transformation into every activity that you engage in. Let go of that striving. Let Spirit, allow Spirit to work through you without you getting in the way. Develop new ways of reacting to daily circumstances, life situations. Be attentive to your words. Be attentive to your thoughts. That will lead to a transformation which can actually bring the change in those circumstances that you find yourself engaged in. Just shift that thinking. Live in the present moment. Treasure every moment that you have. Use your time wisely. And if things get a little rocky, just remember to go within. That is where all your power is. Thank you for being here while I shared this truth as I understand it.